Since Kate, Princess of Wales, married Prince William in April 2011, her close-knit family have become a well-known fixture at major royal events. The Prince and Princess of Wales are known to share close relationships with Kate's parents Michael and Carole Middleton, as well as her siblings, James and Pippa. Having relocated to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor last year, Kate and William now live just a stone's throw away from the Middletons, with each member of the family still residing in Berkshire where the princess grew up. Although the Middletons lead lives outside of the royal family, some have arguably become celebrities in their own right. Carole is a businesswoman, having built a multi-million-pound party supply business, and is a strong pillar of support for both her royal daughter and son-in-law. She is the matriarch of the Middleton family and, significantly, the hands-on grandmother to the future king. But perhaps less known is Carole's humble roots, starting in the coal mining village of Hole. For 120 years, Carole's ancestors served the nation as coal miners. It started with James Harrison, who took his first tentative steps down a coal mine in County Durham in 1819, the same year Queen Victoria was born. The era of the Industrial Revolution had dawned, and with it, coal mining had suddenly taken off. Kate's great-great-great-great-grandfather James moved to Lowmore, a small village just outside Hole, when news of a pit opening emerged in 1821. He and his wife Jane moved into a humble two-up, two-down miner's cottage on the main village street. For years, James continued his daily descent into the pit at Lowmore, and when his son John was born in 1834, a place was reserved for him in the workforce. John Harrison married Jane Liddell and, in 1874, they welcomed a baby boy, also named John. Like his father before him, John Jr.'s life was destined to be spent down the mines. It wasn't until years later that the Harrison family was able to break the mold. Having married a local girl, John Jr. welcomed his son Thomas in 1904. He was apprenticed to his maternal grandfather, a carpenter, and thus was able to forge his own career away from a life in the mines. Thomas was also the first to leave Hole. After marrying Elizabeth Temple, the couple moved to Sunderland and eventually settled in Ealing, West London. By that point, they had welcomed a daughter, Dorothy, born in 1935, who subsequently met and married Ronald Goldsmith, a builder from Norwood. Dorothy and Ronald welcomed their only daughter Carole in 1955. The family lived in a tiny pebble-dashed terraced house in Southall which, in the early 60s, was a staunchly working-class area with many residents working in nearby factories. Carole recalled her childhood years living in London with her parents in an interview with Good Housekeeping magazine in 2021. She said, "My father was a builder, and my mother worked part-time in a jewelry shop and later, would go to work in a factory. I remember them working hard to make ends meet and give us a lifestyle." She spoke about her own work ethic and how her parents helped instill it in her from a young age. "I have a lot of energy and enjoy my work. I grew up watching my parents, who both worked extremely hard," she said. After completing her education, Carole became an airline hostess. There, she met trainee pilot Michael Middleton, and they married in 1980. 2 years later, they had their first daughter, Catherine, who is now commonly known as Princess Kate. In the following years, they welcomed Pippa and James, and the family grew up in the village of Bucklebury, Berkshire. Having launched her party supplies business in 1987, Carole became a self-made millionaire, with Michael subsequently quitting his job at British Airways to join her at the company. Carole and Michael now live at Bucklebury Manor, a Grade II listed Georgian manor house set on over 18 acres, a far cry from Carole.